These 5 names could be the difference between another miserable season and a surprising 2025 for the New York Giants. We're not talking about established stars or hyped-up additions. We're talking about players who, if they play to their full potential, could turn the tide for a discredited franchise. The fate of the Giants' season may rest in the hands or feet of these 5 players. They are the true swing players, the ones who, if they step up, lift the entire team along with them. If they fail, the ship sinks. And that's why now, with less than 100 days until kickoff against the Commanders, it's time to take a closer look at who can really make a difference. Are you ready to find out who are the 5 names that can redefine the Giants' year? Then let's go. Hey Blue Nation, you're on the channel of the most fanatical fans of the New York Giants, and today we're going to dive deep into a list that could define our season. But first of all, leave your like and comment below. Which player do you think could be the big surprise of 2025? Here we speak as fans, with our hearts beating and our eyes glued to every play. The idea today is to analyze who are the names that, if they play at their peak, could completely change the direction of the team. And look, it's not guesswork, it's analysis with passion and foundation. Subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and invite your friends to watch with you. Because if these 5 guys do what we expect, hold on NFL. Because Big Blue is going to bother us again. Now, let's go straight to the field. Last season was tough. Injuries, instability on the offensive line, changes in leadership. All of this messed up the planning. Now, with Russell Wilson as QB, Malik Nobers arriving with high morale and a reinforced defense, the scenario is different. Still uncertain, but with potential. Analysts have already thrown in the towel, predicting just 5.5 wins. But we know how unpredictable the NFL is. With the right pieces in place and a little luck in the medical department, everything can change. And that change involves names that may not be in the spotlight now, but will be if they play well. These players are key players. They are the ones who will dictate the pace of the season. And the best part? They all have the potential to explode. Let's start with the first one on the list, the man who protects our quarterback, the giant of the offensive line, Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas is the heart of the Giants' offensive line. When he's healthy, the offense flows, the quarterback breathes, and the plays happen. In 2022, he was an All-Pro. In 2024, he only played in 6 games and was visibly limited. And the result? Absolute chaos in protection. The impact of his absence is brutal. Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, none of them could function smoothly when Thomas was away. And even with reinforcements like James Hudson III and Stone Forsythe, no one compares to the number 78. If he stays healthy, the Giants' offense will rise to a new level. Now, let's talk about Russell Wilson. The new QB is here to erase the trauma of the position in 2024. If he repeats the start he had with the Steelers, 5 wins in 6 games, 270 yards per game, the Giants could surprise. Daboll and Kafka have the task of extracting what elite quality Russ still has left in his arm. AdBo Banks is next on the list. A first-round pick in 2023, he arrived with high hopes but has had his ups and downs. Fair criticism, he was inconsistent, and at times his lack of effort was frightening. But now, as CB2 alongside Paulson Adebo, he may have the room he needs to grow. If Banks plays at the level he did against the Packers on Monday Night Football, we'll have a solid, reliable secondary. And on a defense with a monster front 7, that makes all the difference. He doesn't have to be a superstar. He just has to be reliable, steady, and determined. And watch out for Bobby Okereke. In 2023, he was one of the best linebackers in the NFL. In 2024, he dropped off a lot. The difference? Scheme, maybe focus. But if he finds his rhythm again, he can lead this defense to the top 5 in the league. With AdBo, Banks, Nubin, and the Fierce DL, the gear can be destructive. What do these players have in common? They've all had their ups and downs, but they all have the potential to change the course of a season. And we're not just talking about 2025. We're talking about legacy, about the future, about redefining what it means to be a New York Giant. Evan Neal rounds out our list. A tackle who didn't work out, but who could reinvent himself as a guard. If that happens, the offensive line will gain strength and consistency. He's physically fit and strong. He just needs to adjust his technique and embrace his new role with humility and intensity. Ultimately, these 5 names are the true thermometers of the team. If they play well, the team responds. The defense improves, the offense gets going, and the Giants can dream of the playoffs. With fewer injuries, more confidence, and a united locker room, anything is possible in the NFL. Now it's up to you. Of these 5 names, Andrew Thomas, Russell Wilson, AdBo Banks, Bobby Okereke, and Evan Neal, which one do you think will be the most decisive in 2025? Or do you have another name in mind? Comment below because I want to know your opinion. Hardcore fan. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your Giants fanatic friends. The season is coming, and here we will cover everything. Practice by practice, game by game, emotion by emotion. So tell me, will 2025 be the year of the turning way? Will we silence the critics and surprise everyone? Let's go together on this journey, because Big Blue never walks alone. Go Giants! I want to know what the Blue Nation is thinking. Like this video, share it with a friend who needs to believe in the team again. And subscribe, because here we'll follow every step of this journey towards the playoffs. Let's go Big Blue! A toe injury, an old thing from his LSU days, but the buzz around him is still huge. Brian Burns and Abdul Carter have formed a duo that is giving quarterbacks nightmares. Seriously, some snaps look like MMA training. Thibodeau is leaner, faster, and exploded in the 11-on-11 practice with a sack that even drew applause from the staff. And then there's him, Jackson Dart. The guy arrived a little discreetly but did a fake pump with a spin before launching a rocket in the middle of the field. What confidence! And the best part? The team responded. The crowd cheered, slammed helmets, and showed that they want to see this team compete for real. Russell Wilson, watching everything from the sideline, smiled. He called Neighbors a superstar and said he's never seen a group so focused in June. The first fight in practice was symbolic. It wasn't a lack of control. It was competitiveness. The two players ended up shaking hands afterwards. Jackson Dart doing that pump fake with a spin showed that he wasn't just here to be a camp arm. The kid wants space. Brian Burns dominating the reserve left tackle on 3 snaps in a row. Simply unstoppable, showing that he's worth every dollar invested. The coaching staff was excited about Theo Johnson. The tight end caught a TD on a deep pass and is establishing himself as a reliable target. And of course, the mood in the locker room changed. Players with a sparkle in their eyes, pushing each other in drills, as if every practice were a Super Bowl. The front office went all out. More than $136 million was invested in defense alone. No one can say there was a lack of effort. Abdul Carter, the number 3 pick in the draft, arrived with star status. Paul AdBo, Holland, Alexander, just major reinforcements. On the offensive line, names like Marcus Bowe and Evan Neal being repositioned show that there is a plan. And that plan requires patience. With Neighbors as the leading receiver and Russell Wilson at the helm, the offense can finally be competitive, if the physicality holds up. The model is reminiscent of what the Broncos did last year. Elite defense, experienced QB, and changes in leadership. Could the Giants be next? Now it's up to you. Does the Giants defense have what it takes to be a top 10 team? Or is there still something missing for this team to become a contender? Do you trust Jackson Dart as a real plan B for this offense? Or does it all depend on Wilson's health and Neighbors' foot? Comment below with your honest opinion. I want to know what the Blue Nation is thinking. Like this video, share it with a friend who needs to believe in the team again. And subscribe, because here we'll follow every step of this journey towards the playoffs. Let's go Big Blue!